What's up, guys? This is Pound from Pound's Firearms. Today we have something a little bit more politically correct. Less lethal launcher. This is the FN303. Stay tuned, guys. We'll go ahead and unbox this. Give you a quick peek of what it looks like. Maybe do a couple shots. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. Yes, we're doing something a little bit more PC today. Politically correct. This is a less lethal launcher. Yeah, it is the FN303. So, did pick this up recently. A couple of things here. We'll start slowly unboxing it here. So, I did end up finding so EOTech actually makes a version of their optics just for this 303 here, and I'll show you what I mean. So I forget which one this is, the 514 or 513 or something along. Oh, there, it's kind of coming in. It's coming in. Oh, all right. Well, I'll send you a picture of it here. But yeah, basically it's kind of a V, kind of goes in like this, and then it's got dots down it, and then the dots are numbered here, 50 through or 25 through 75, I think it is. Let me see. Ooh, knocking you around. It goes up to 70 meters. So yeah. So we'll show you it out, or we'll show it off here in a second here. But yeah, so you have the upper, then you have the lower with the air hose. Basically, this is just going to come together like this. Then you got your magazine. This one has a couple of covers. Magazines are empty. Or I guess not magazine, a drum maybe is a better name for it. Then you got your air tank. So I've been playing around with it a little bit here. So we got a little bit of air left. We got under 1,000 PSI. This goes up to 3,000 PSI. So the nipples face you. It goes in top to bottom and clicks in. This reaches around. It's a quick disconnect, plugs in. And there we have it. We have it completely put together. FN303. So there's a couple of different rounds you can get for it here. Yeah, I ended up picking up about 90, I think it was 90 of the pepper spray balls. I also got, I don't know, 15 or 20 of their paint markers. And I did a little research here in paintballs. Actually happen to be the same diameter. So I went ahead and picked up some paintballs. Because like I said, they're the same diameter here. So you can just load them up with some paintballs. So we're gonna give that a try and see what that works, how that looks like. Yeah, so this particular kit did come with 2 magazines and a speed loader. Speed loader is actually kind of cool. You hook up the speed loader, it latches onto the back. And then basically what you do, we'll demo it out real quick with some paintballs. Grab a handful of paintballs, you just shove them in the chute right here. Then you start rotating it and then they kind of just fall into place. There we go, that fast. So that was pretty cool. All right, let me get this cardboard box out of the way here, and we'll turn it on and see what we can do here. As you can see, I got the table all nice and cleared out here. So I got my 2 magazines. Let me remove these covers. So I got the speed loader. So I went ahead and grabbed. Oh crap! Now I forget which one's which. I think these are. These are a little bit more orange, if you can see. I think those are the pepper spray balls. I think these lighter ones are going to be the paint, the marker paint. So I think the design of this is actually kind of cool. I've never tried it, so we're going to try it right now. We're going to play around with the pepper spray balls. Hopefully I don't choke myself out here. But I think the intent is you put this in here like this, you turn it, and then you just rotate them. Wow, that's actually super slick. And I believe this is exactly 15. I don't know. Oh, I skipped one somehow. Huh? I guess I was rotating too fast. So we got an empty hole in here. See if I can pop these out real quick here. There we go. So one should have gone there. But you saw the intent behind it. I thought that was super cool, actually. Good job, FN. I thought that was slick. That yeah, the way it works, you just rotate them and they fall into the hole. Super cool. We'll try that again here. So then we'll put the cover on it because I don't want these things to pop. So yeah, so I think the red ones or the orange ones are the Pava, I think they call them, or whatever that word is. Put this tube back. Let's see if we can connect this one, have a little more luck. So I'll see if I can get closer for you guys this time around here. So I think these are just marker paint ones. Yeah, these are the clear ones. I think these are just paint. Yeah, so I can put it back in the hole here, turn it upside down. So in theory, I should just be able to turn this here. So let's see if I can turn it. There goes one. That's super cool, actually. Wow. There we go. Just like that. Fills them up that fast. Ha! That was actually cool. I've never done that before. There we go. So that was a really cool design. So when you buy these, they come in a sealed pouch. I guess I should have brought one, dang it, oh well. But they come in a sealed pouch, and then you have to break the seal to get these tubes out. It looks like the tubes are exactly the same amount that are in the magazine. So yeah, super cool. All right, so touching more into this here, so I do have a third magazine here. This is the one that I was starting to put the paintballs in. So I'm not going to practice with these. I'm going to practice with the paintballs. So that way we don't hurt anything. All right, so this is the whole setup. Like I said, we have a little less than 1,000 psi. This goes up to 3,000 psi. And I'll tell you, the hardest part, if you wanted to get into this, the hardest part about this is figuring out how to fill up your tank. Yeah, so I'll describe that here on our recap here. But yeah, so the FN503, if you don't have the optic, it does. I mean, you can put whatever optic you want on there. I chose this one because it's made for the 503, but it does have flip-up iron sights, and they coat witness. Super cool. You saw the box is actually cut out for this optic here. I think EOTech made a their EXPS version in the 503 reticle as well. I forget what this one doesn't have the model number on it. I think it's like a 512 or a 513, something along those lines. It takes little tiny batteries, not the full size AA batteries. So yeah, so the cool thing about this is that our FN does sell sling, which attaches a lot like the PS90 sling. It goes around here, attach around here, and then it'll go through the sling holes in the back there. It's a 3-point sling, so it's kind of janky. But yeah, so there is a safety here. So here's the safety. So the trigger's locked right now. You push it forward. I don't think I have air pressure going. We'll find out. Nope. Yeah, so the trigger's actually dead when there's no pressure, and it's locked when the safety's on. So what we'll go ahead and do is, because it's just air, we're going to fire this thing up. So you heard it all click on. Pressure's on there here. So now, so here's the safety. So now you'll hear it go boom. Let's see if we can not shoot anything off the table here. It's probably going to be loud inside the shop. I don't know if it's high speed enough here, but if you look in there, there's a little cylinder that punches the round out. So the magazine would be in here, and there's a cylinder that shoots out and it gets that here. I'll see if we can see that. Maybe you couldn't see it from here, maybe from here. There you go, you saw it on that one. So yes, so that's how it goes. So basically you load her up, you go and it doesn't tell you that you're empty. You just, the sound changes basically. So you go and then reload it or speed load it, whatever you want to do. You got your safety. The downside to it is once it's pressurized, the only way to unpressurize it, at least the only way I know of, is to go ahead and take a couple shots. There. So now we've depressurized the system, and there we go. So one of the things I'm going to go ahead and work on is, you saw when I put this together, this comes apart. So American Defense actually makes a mount of quick releases onto a Picatinny rail. So I'll give you a flash picture here here in a second or two. It's my wife's bedspread, so don't make fun of me. Or make fun of me, whichever. But basically there's a mount, and you can hook it up to the bottom of your whatever rifle you have. So if I showed the picture here, you'll see that it's mocked up to the bottom of my Scar. So I think that looks fantastic. So I'm going to work on getting that mount from ADM here, and see if we can't maybe switch this over to to the bottom of our rifle there, so that way we can go non-lethal and lethal. So yeah, so working back around here, there is a magazine release right here. This button right here is what we used for the takedown. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. There's the magazine release. And basically there's a groove right here, so you can see that there's a little bit of a groove. And it lines it there, and just push it until it snaps in place. Let me take this apart real quick here, I'll show you one more thing. This back here is the regulator. So it takes a nut, so you loosen the nut, and then there's an Allen wrench that goes all the way inside there. And then lefty less pressure, righty more pressure. Because I was testing it out with paintballs, you really got to have that pressure pretty much turned all the way down, or the paintballs don't shoot out very well. So yeah, I think that's all for the introduction here. This thing is this thing looks fun. I'll explain here when we come back after we shoot it for a minute, the challenges I'm having with the tank and filling up these tanks. So all right, we're not going to go all the way to the range because this is non-lethal, so we're going to keep as close to non-lethal as possible here. So we're actually just going to go right outside the door over there, and we're going to mark up the outside of the barn door. Wife's going to be pissed, but hey, it happens. All right, guys, join me right outside. All right, guys, we'll mark up the barn door. The shooting range is way over there. We're stopping at the barn here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I already tested some stuff out here. So I do have filled it up, got a few paintballs in here. So I am just under 1,000 PSI. So I wanted to go ahead and take this time to show you my setup here. So this is a old scuba tank I found off Craigslist. It had air in it already. One of the struggles is I'm having a tough time filling this sucker up. I went to a paintball shop. Paintball shop can only fill it up if it has a mail-in like this, which this valve does not have. So I'm in the middle of Colorado. Scuba diving isn't very popular in the middle of Colorado, so I have to find out how I can fill this up. But for now, this thing does have about 1,200 PSI left in it, so I'm going to go ahead and connect it. Maybe. It's cold out here. The snow's picking up, so we got to go fast. All right, so connect it. Here's my bleeder valve. I turn that tight. This is already cinched in there. So I'll loosen it. You'll hear it. This tank's got a little under 1,000. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, so it's full. So now I hit the bleeder valve, disconnect it, we're set. So that's my setup, which is awesome and all. So FN sells one. Well, they used to sell one. It's discontinued now, I think. I keep feeling the balls going the wrong way here. But yeah, they sell one. I think it's disconnected now, but they wanted like $500 for freaking this whole setup here. So far I'm $35 into it, $45 into it, but I just don't know where to fill up that tank. So we got about 1,000 PSI. We're gonna go and charge it. So I'm gonna see. All right, safety's on. Got the magazine in here. All right, we're gonna take a couple shots here. What I'll go ahead and do too, also earlier today, I'll put it up top somewhere. I did a new camera view. Let me know what you think about the new camera view, but I had it mounted to the side of the 503 here, and I did a couple of magazine dumps just to see the firing rate. Now, fire rate's actually pretty impressive here, but let's take a couple shots here. Now, as far as accuracy, I'm sure it's because of paintballs, but it's not very accurate with the paintballs. You can see them curving, and you'll hear the sound change once we're out. There we go. I think I'm actually out of air. Huh. Yes. Let's see if I can fill the sucker back up here. I think she ran out of air. Pinch this off. Let's see. Did it break or is it? Uh-oh. Well, we'll take her apart. I wonder if maybe I didn't have this valve tight or something, but yeah, we'll take her apart and see. But yes, for the most part, I don't know anything about it. So if you guys know what that leaking was, I feel like these things leak all the time. I haven't figured out why, But yeah, it is super cool. I can't wait to see if I can try to mount it to the bottom of it. And yeah, so this is just a quick couple first shots, and we'll take it back to the bench here. We'll dive into it, see if we can figure out what that leaking is, and go from there. All right, guys, see you back at the bench. All right, guys, welcome back to the bench. So yeah, that is shooting the 503. So it was actually cool. I didn't get to show you here, but I actually loaded this up with paintballs, and the speed loader worked with those paintballs as well. So that was super cool. So yeah, this thing is super cool, but it's super picky. So there's somebody on YouTube. He's like a super fan. He's got several of these. Yeah, he knows a lot about these. He's taken them apart. He knows how to make them stronger or more powerful or whatever else. So I reached out to him a couple of times. So he is not very good at reaching out to his fans. I forget his name now, but yeah, it's kind of sad because he says he can get these rebuild kits for all the, because there's different O-rings inside the valve area here, and I might maybe take a couple or send a couple pictures, or maybe we'll do a different video of disassembling it. But the disassembly, you got to take all, I think there's 10 of these screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 screws, it looks like. So you take these 8 screws off, and then the whole internal comes out. Part of the internals there is, there's the whole regulator and everything else back here in the back. And there's, I don't know how many O-rings there are. There's a whole bunch of them. Maybe I'll put a picture up here if I remember. But there's a whole bunch of O-rings. And I've noticed that sometimes they go bad. Now, the guy that doesn't answer me on YouTube, I forget his name, but he swears by these. He says that these things never go bad. They're always running, but I don't see that to be the case all the time with me. I've actually had to buy 2 of them. This is my second one because the first one broke. And all it needs is O-rings, but they're discontinued by FN. If you reach out to FN, they're like, no, this is military and law enforcement only. I'm not going to help you with it. So it doesn't matter how much you try to sweet talk FN, they will not help you with it because this is not supposed to be in the civilian's hands, which is kind of funny because it's non-lethal. So why they're so strict about it, I don't know. So yes, that's my biggest pet peeve so far. I did find a complete rebuild kit on Gunbroker one time, and I bought it, and then they came back and said, no, it's out of stock. So they never sent it to me. And that's the last one I've ever seen on Gunbroker. Everywhere else I checked, they all show discontinued. So it's really hard, or really sad. So anyway, so while we were out there, you saw that something happened where the air started leaking out. So I went ahead and filled the tank back up as much as I could. We're just at 1,000 PSI. And I think we still have issues. Yes. So I have a feeling I'm blowing out the back here. So I have a feeling that another O-ring broke. And because I can't get these replacements, then I'm kind of SOL. So yeah, we'll see. I'll take it apart. Maybe I'll do a video of taking it apart here and go from there. But when this thing runs, man, it sure is fun. I'm debating whether or not I try to shoot off some of these pepper balls or not. Or the marker paint balls. I think there's like a permanent paint and then there's like a temporary paint. I don't remember which one's which, but yes, there we go. So we got the EOTech that's specific for the 503 with the specific reticle. We have the 503 American Defense. Manufacturer makes a mount for a Picatinny mount, so you can actually mount these to the bottom of ARs and SCARs. And yeah, so you saw my contraption there where I take an old scuba tank, I put the adapter on it, which quick fills to this, which is great. The problem I'm having is filling up scuba tanks. Being in Colorado, there's not a lot of scuba shops, evidently. So I don't know if I'm going to have to replace that valve so I can take it to a paintball shop, or what my options are here. But I'm going to keep tinkering with this thing before I give up on it. But yes, I wanted to go ahead and do a video on this. I've had this thing actually for about 6 months. It's taken me that long to get this thing into a position where I know how to fire it and get the leaks and stuff stopping, which now we sprung another leak. So, but yes, I'll take it apart here on the next video. If you're interested, stay tuned. Hopefully on the next video also I'll have the mount. We can mount it to the bottom of an AR. Maybe we'll do some double action there. So I'm not going to have a grenade launcher, but I'll have a paintball launcher. That sounds kind of fun. All right, guys, this is Pound from Pound's Firearms. Signing off.